Wrong button. Look, you know what the funny part is about that? You know what the funny part is about that? There you go. Good Lord. Why can I hear me now? Oh my God. I guess I'm live streaming on the there you go. There you go. Thank you, Jay. I love when everyone goes, there you go. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that well, hold on. Why are you calling me? Uh fuck me. There you go. Thank you, Beck. That's good stuff. Never sounded more intelligent. And the ironic part of that is I was just sitting there saying how I'm sorry that I'm so clunky here because again, my normal I'll tell you my normal Monday morning ritual. I see your face gum Fridays. My normal Monday morning ritual. And by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed to the Gum Fridays YouTube page, you're idiots. He's putting up classic clips as he often does, works his ass off for us. Whilst we're on vacation, the In Hot Water page is putting up classic clips. He just put up the flat earth with me and Aaron and the boss talking to whoever that guy is. And I'm mad that I didn't think to retweet it and copy fucking Owen Benjamin because, you know, that might get us more interaction. I'm letting you down, Gum Friday guy. And he just put out another great clip of me and Aaron chatting when I went to the Starbucks and screamed that I wasn't going to wear a mask, which, by the way, according to everything we're seeing, is coming back. And we were talking about this because I'll talk about it. It's my stream. It's my goddamn stream until fucking the guests get here. It's my goddamn stream. And everyone is texting me stuff like, I got an inside guy that says we're going to have to start wearing masks on the on planes again. They got you by that. They got you by those balls. Like when I get on a plane, I want to get to where the fuck I'm going. That is, there's going to be it's going to get spicy again. I can promise you people that when they say, oh my God. Yeah. And we got the In Hot Water shop on the fucking thing. There you go. I don't know what that is. Dr. Geno, is it? Look, the things they're saying. And of course, like, look, I'm sorry that my Twitter feed, excuse me, my X feed lights up with this shit. It lights up with this shit. So I can't look away. Honest to God. So anyway, subscribe to the Gum Friday stuff. Honest to God, people, my fucking Twitter feed is the equivalent of Anthony's. Just replace COVID with black people rioting. Because the more I fucking complain about it, the more people are sending it to me. The more Anthony says these people are insane, the more people are sending it to him. So yeah, you get what you wish for. The universe doesn't understand not, which is why I'm saying I'm staying sober. I'm staying sober for the week off because my God, yo, Flytrap Jet, my God. Oh yeah, Nicole. You know, me and Keanu were just fucking. We were wearing space. Actually, it didn't matter because I'm pretty sure Keanu had COVID this weekend. We're fairly sure Keanu, and she'll be here in a little bit to dispute that. I'm pretty sure Keanu had COVID this weekend, which I find absolutely hysterical, and she does too. She literally got in the car and she laughed. She's like, "I think I have COVID," and I says, Mabel, I says, I'm like, you can't have COVID. You're vaccinated. Then we had a good laugh. I chopped her in the throat and she beat the shit out of me mercilessly because it was relationship time. And I'll tell you something else about Keanu. She's a nervous passenger. Like this is like I get that relationships take work, but they take work in the dumbest fucking places. No, Robert. No, Producero Roberto. Why, Robert? Why? She didn't get COVID from me. I don't know if Steve's making it in. I never got. Look, I don't mean to bait and switch you, Dante's Perennium, but the scheduled guests as of right now are obviously Frankie will be by. Knock on wood. Steve never got back to me, and I'm sure he's got some lame excuse like he deserves a goddamn week off or he's busy being a happy father. One of those lame fucking excuses. But yeah, trust me, we all miss him. And that one's been done. So as I'm saying, like it's the dumb things. It's the dumb things you have to work on in relationships. Like one, I'm sorry that you're a nervous driver and I give you a lot to be nervous about. But when I'm driving your ass, Keanu, all over the fucking, if you want to be in the big leagues, Keanu, if you want to do Rich Carucci and Jeffrey Paul's Laughing Stock Holiday Inn, excuse me, we're the laughing stock of comedy at the Holiday Inn. That's not it. The Laughing Stock Comedy Club. If you want to do that in Hershey and do the entire run and then double it up, back end it with a gig at the Dooley's, not Frankie's Dooley's, Dooley's Bar in Old Forge, PA on the outskirts of Scranton, then you better get used to sitting in a car with the good guy and being a goddamn patient passenger. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Illustrate. Thank you, Illustrator. And by the way, here's a fun fact. Jake's name is Husden. Did anyone else think it was Hudson? Did anyone else think it was Hudson? Am I the only nutcake? Jake, are you sure you're... By the way, his name is Jake Hudson. It says Hudson on his fucking avatar. Jake, what's your fucking name? Do you know your fucking... At least Frankie knows his fucking name. So anyway, if Steve Jobs' baby can crash his stream again, that is true. Yeah, he can't spell it. Can't spell his own name. Or maybe he's not even sure. It's a national holiday in the UK, and we get no live TV in this country, so this is great. Been out on a bank holiday day off. Fair today, getting shit-faced. Yeah. Yo, parents. Jim Grindle. No. We have a week off. You understand? And I got to tell you, look, for a guy that doesn't like us, look at you cuddling the abacus in your fucking picture. So adorable. Oh my God. Jake, you're monetized? Lord help us. Lord help us. Congrats. Anyway, shout out to parents. You know, I was so planning, Parents is a guy out in LA. I was so planning to head out to LA this week. I really was. But just who's got the time? Who's got the time? Got all these gigs coming up. Friday, I'm at the Bullseye Pub in Brooklyn. The week after that, back at Scotty's with our buddy Carl, who fucking thinks spelling bees are easy because they're one-letter words. He's a genius. September 22nd at the 22 West Hap House in Raritan. And September 23rd, the huge Lake Aussie Sports Club in benefit for the teachers with Chrissy and Kumya in Mayapack. And of course, the day after that, getting on a goddamn leaving on a jet plane. Know exactly when I'll be back again. I know, Soviet skunk. Quit bragging. After that, me and the lovely Keanu will be heading out to do another little crossover promotion, as we like to call it, which is just a fun way of saying me and Chrissy are going to go drink. Excuse me, me and Keanu are going to go drink with Aaron and April of Steel Toe and watch some football. So that's always a fun time. Now, what's Bobby Miller say? Shut up, Aaron. You challenged me to a fight and backed out a day later. I don't even know. Are you guys? There's Steel Toe. I was just talking about you, buddy. Oh, you didn't get the 4,000. I'm going to tell you right now. Aaron. If I didn't, I'm going to be pissed. If I did, I'm going to be annoyed. And if I didn't, I'm going to be pissed. So, yeah. See, I would love to know. I would love to fucking know. And also, I was chanting Boo Earns. Marcus Chandler, no more welfare. It's Snipe Stuttering John. Are you kidding? Is stuttering? No. Understand, like, look, I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't talk about the MLC verse at all last week. We're done with it. We've left it behind. It's enough to know when will you people understand I'm right about dumb things, okay? I'm right about dumb things. When it comes to the Dabbleverse, I'm an expert. So how many people live in the world? Like 8 billion? In the small little fucking anthill, in the speck, in the atom of the 1,000 people universe, I fucking am. I can't even think of the guy. Who's the guy that was in the wheelchair? I'm the guy in the wheelchair. I'm Derek. I'm Quadfather. Why can't I think of him? Whatever. I can't think of the guy in the wheelchair. My brain needs to be in a fucking wheelchair. But and even, you know who will back me up on this, whether she wants to or not, because she's huge in that world? I'll tell you who will. Our girl Flat Cat. Thank you, Harupa. I was chanting Boo Earns. Steel Toe Joe, everyone. Melton challenged it back down. I said yes. Good thing too. Fatso would get badly here. Yeah, and again, this is why, again, I'll tell you why I love having a studio. Why I thank God every day I get to go in a studio and have people fly in from fucking Australia to become part of the Shamboard Boys. Because people in the chat, and not you people, you're wonderful people. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Aaron's lawyer. Fucking Darth Derp. Fucking good afternoon, Geno. All is well. That's a great avatar. Most people are like you, okay? Just like most people in the world are normal, except for the 70% that fucking crapped out when they were born and were born into China and India. But it's that small 1% that should make me their cult leader. That small 0.001%, I should say, of the internet that is in the MLC verse, because I spent everything I said came to fruition. And I've said this about fucking said this about a lot of the people that leave fucking Compound Media. And everyone at Compound Media right now is fucking happy to be there. That's why there haven't been any changes lately. Every single person there is fucking thrilled to be there. Even when we have little fucking tiffs on the air, trust me, we're still fucking going out and drinking and doing comedy after that. But everyone is happy to be there, okay? But everyone else that left, and I include Kevin Brennan in that, Kevy Brenny, he wanted out. He fucking tried to make Anthony and, of course, me, that's always fun to do, look like assholes on their way out. That's what they do. And I told Bob countless fucking times, I said, Bob, he's a liar. He's an idiot. And Bob's like, no. He's just, when someone makes funny, if they're lying, if someone lies about it, you can't get mad because you know it's a lie. What? And then I said, not to Bob, I said, and it's sad to see Bob in that box because he's only there for the money. So what is Bob doing now? Fast forward to Geno was fucking right about everything. He's bitching about the money Kevin didn't give him and calling Kevin a liar. Clear. Geno was never white, but he was always white. Hey, Marshall Beaupre. Garrett, if you're wondering where, so again, if you're wondering where Garrett is, I texted Garrett and Steve and I said, look, I'm doing a stream. You guys can jump in if you want. I'll get some people to swing by. It'll be a fun little fucking day, little supplement for the guys. We'll just talk about silly little shit. And if you don't make it back, you don't make it back. And fucking Steve is fucking busy, so he never got back to me, which is awesome because we chatted over Thursday and talked about that. And then Garrett reached out and said he's at dinner right now. And I said, maybe you could check in and tell us what the COVID fucking status is of everyone on that fucking doomed trip. And of course, I'm kidding. They're having a great time. Bobby Miller, I'm going to say this, Bobby Miller. If you mention, you know what, Bobby? I'm probably just going to ban you. I'm probably just going to ban you, Bobby Miller, because no one gives a shit. Bobby, this is why I'm so good at the Dabbleverse, okay? This is why I'm so good at the MLC verse. Bobby just wants attention, okay? And I'm going to say this. Melton wants attention. Melton weighs 400 pounds. Melton won't fight anyone. You want him to fight fucking Melton, Bobby, because you want Melton to get the shit kicked out of him, I guess. But no one cares. No one cares who backed down. And if you honestly think, watch this, I'll call out my buddy Aaron. If you honestly think Aaron is an absolute pussy because you're idiots. This is why, you know what, Bobby Miller, it's been a nice life. You have 3 seconds to apologize or I'm banning you. But why am I talking to Bobby Miller when we can fucking pretty up the stream with Chrissy Mayr, everyone?
Hello. Can you see me? Can you feel me?
I see what you do. By the way, did you
2 and 3?
Did you have your mic off for a split second to make me feel better? I started the stream and of course my microphone was off.
Oh my gosh.
And then I put it on and it's on another speaker. Hello, look at you fresh off last night's Simcast.
We had Simcast last night. It was great. Your girl Kiki was on it. I also had Nick Ricada and Gigi, and it was great because Nick, as you know, is a lawyer, and he was actually like giving Gigi a little bit of advice on her, I guess her trademark dispute or Christian Dior is suing her over some sort of like trademark debacle, which is insane because, as she says, like, she sells what she sells without any clothing, but Christian Dior is claiming that Gigi is diluting the brand. So it was interesting to hear them talk about that a little bit. And who else did we have on last night? Nina Infinity, Keanu, Zia. So it was a good bunch. And Frank had put a little bit of Crypt Daddy in the intro. So like I start crying during the intro, and I'm literally starting the show like in tears. So I was like, oh, hey guys. But it's fucking crazy. And it's going to be weird because there's so much time away from Compound. Like it'll be how many, like 2 more weeks until, Wet Spy is back in studio. It's just weird timing because I want to do something. I want to do like a little tribute.
Yeah, and it's funny because like, well, I don't know about you because you stream, you never take a vacation. You're doing stream after stream, all that shit. I'm at the point where it's like, thank God I need a week off. And even this streaming, this is easy for me because again, you just roll out of your fucking. I leave the west wing of the apartment, the southern wing of the apartment. I go have coffee in the northern wing, and then I sit in the middle wing. I sit in the thorax of the apartment and just bullshit. But I think we take for granted how easy it is to just roll into a studio, have fucking, all the kids in the booth fucking make us look like stars and just fuck around with our friends.
You're like, oh man, I have to pick up the living room a little bit. I have to arrange the pillows on the couch.
That's exactly it. I have to fucking, and I was doing a stream the other day. I was Skyping in with someone, and it was literally the day I got back from somewhere. And that's my point of entry right there. So like, I just fucking run, jump in the shower. There's a trail of clothes on the floor. And I was doing steel toe in the morning, and I just kicked everything that way, and you couldn't see it. And the kitchen looks so much cleaner. But yeah.
Is there a corner, Geno, in your apartment that you could have like a little streaming corner?
Yeah.
That you could put yourself in?
Yeah, I'm facing it right now. That should be the streaming corner. It's like it's literally a brick wall.
Okay, you'd have to move your TV. What about the other corner? Is that the cat corner?
I don't think I'd have to move the TV. Yeah, that's the cat corner right there.
I think, Geno, it's easier to make the cat corner your streaming corner. Move the cat wheel. Point your desk facing, obviously, like you'll be in the corner facing out, and then just point your light at you. And that way people can focus on your beautiful face instead of wondering, like, is someone going to come in and kill you?
Nobody puts Geno in the streaming corner. Nobody puts Geno in the streaming corner. Nobody. Thank you, Marshall. That guy gets it. Yeah, I think the brick wall would be a good backdrop. So I see what you're saying. What I would do is, I'm not wearing pants. I'm kidding. What I would do is I put the camera right here. How about this picture of me and Kiki?
Yes.
How cute is that?
Ooh, right, I love it.
You got the brick wall and everything. What about this wheel that you stopped using, Six, because you hate me?
Oh no, I had a fear that was going to happen.
She uses it. I'm telling you, she only uses it spitefully when. Oh, sorry. She only actually that's not a bad angle. She uses it spitefully when Keanu's here because she wants Keanu to be like, because Keanu's like, she'll never use that wheel, and then she'll just sit on it and start spinning while staring at her.
How do you spitefully get on? Like she gets on it and then gives Keanu the middle finger.
Everything Six does is spitefully. And by the way, the stunt Six that you gave Keanu, she absolutely loved.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I am so glad because she's like, she can make it hug her, and then maybe Six will get jealous, or even if Six doesn't notice or get jealous, at least Keanu can feel like she is a good cat mom.
She's a good cat mom. Like they're making progress. They're coming along. Okay, but here's the thing. You got to realize I'm very affectionate. So I've been spoiling Six much longer than Keanu. And now Six is like, I don't get this. I don't get this shit. You used to have just crazy bitches come in. You'd hide the knives and we'd move on. This girl keeps coming back. So
I just wonder at what point is your cat going to accept Keanu?
I don't know, but she will. She will eventually. and I always say when I go, just dig a shallow ditch and the cat can sleep on that and it'll be fucking fine. By the way,
Or bury six alive with you.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like on The Simpsons, when Burns thought he was going to die. Oh, don't worry, Smithers. I've already got plans for you to be buried with me. Speaking of buried, like maybe I'm dead inside because I didn't tear up at all for fucking Crypt Daddy. I don't mean that in a fuck him kind of way, but he's the kind of guy. And I'm gonna equate him with someone that he shouldn't be equated with in one way, but should in another. He's like Norm Macdonald. Like they just went, and you don't know, like Norm, you know now because he's famous, how long he was sick, you know, and everyone says the same thing about Crypt Daddy. We were lucky enough to know, you know, and I told the story on the show when me and fucking Stancil got hammered because Crypt Daddy would have wanted us to throw out
loved to drink. He really did. He loved to party. He loved people.
Yeah. And that's a guy, if anyone, we know so many people in comedy as well. And it's not that there's more in comedy, there's fewer in comedy, but the ones in comedy just seem glaring. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're getting to tell dick jokes for a living. You're making people laugh. You should be this happy off stage. And I was hanging out with fucking that guy from Australia that came in the other day, and we went out for drinks, and it was one of the greatest compliments I got. He was just
what guy? Damien?
What's that?
Who's from Australia? Who came from Australia?
A guy came into the studio Thursday. He's a Chambord boy. Chambord boy! He's a Chambord boy. He came in from Australia. He was in town. He was so shy. His name was what was it? Wayne. He it's all over the Thursday show. He literally walks in, and I'm like, do I, you know, because I'm like, do I know you? Did I invite you? Because a lot of times I'll have
I know you?
Well, because I'll have people.
Are you here to kill me?
Yes. What's it? Are you an assassin? But they'll show up and they'll always be like, hey, you invited me over yesterday. We were drinking at Sullivan's at like 6 and you said, come by the studio. And this guy's like, no, I'm from Australia. I'm in town for 2 weeks. You said, if I'm ever in town, stop by. He's like, you sent me those stickers, a nice, and he sits down and he gives me some fucking, you know, rugby shirt. And we're drinking. And then I'm like, we got to go across the street and have one. And I'm hitting him on the arm and we're laughing. And this does lead to a fucking, God forgive me, quad father, not trying to kill him, Crypt Daddy story. Like, he's like, you're exactly the same. He's like, you're exactly the same. He goes, you really are like this. And I thought that was such a compliment. And Crypt Daddy, if anyone should get on stage and fucking, you know, look, I'm just going to joke around because I need attention. Then I'm going to go back to being miserable off stage. That wasn't Crypt. Crypt was the same on and off stage, you know? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's, and also because I'm dead inside, maybe that's why. But I really didn't tear up. I was getting aggravated more than anything when people are like, is this a joke? Why would he joke about that? He doesn't do fucking bits like that. You know what I mean? You mean
joke about dying? You know, it's like grief hits everybody differently. And it's very surreal.
By grief, you mean Pat Dixon?
I think, you know, once it starts to be like, I think in a month or something, I'll be like, wow, yeah, I'm just not going to see new Crypt Daddy streams, no Crypt Daddy on Compound. Like, it's really fucking weird because he wasn't somebody, you know, like see every day but you kind of would, you know, see him. I feel like weekly or at least a couple times a month through whatever streams or shows.
Yeah.
So I started crying because I'm like, holy shit, like his face looks so young. Like, was he even 30 years old? I don't even know.
I have no idea. I really don't know. It's something you didn't even think about, but he was, I told the story when the first time I worked with him was in Chicago. And, you know, it's like, you just assume like, all right, this guy is, well, he's just a guy in a wheelchair. No, he's like, you meet him beforehand, you're bullshitting with him. Then I bring him on stage and the stage isn't set up right. So you go from fucking having a fucking hot room because daddy gets him going, whore, faggot, Jew. Daddy really fucking, you know, can warm up a crowd. I don't know how I didn't get the fucking Price is Right warm-up gig. And the mic's not set up right for his wheelchair. So it's not just a 5-minute lag of dead air. It's like something out of like The Office or Family Guy. It's a 5-minute lag of adjusting a microphone for a fucking guy in a wheelchair, and then he gets the mic and he goes, Gene, And it's so awkward. And he just looks at me because you know my act. Kidding aside, I'm like talking about gratitude. He's like, what were you saying? Like, I need to be grateful, and the way he said it,
Yeah.
That was when I cried. I cried laughing like this guy. In that moment, you're like, this guy's fucking great, and then he could do no wrong, but he's fucking funny. So again, it's sad, but
does him dying make you think about death at all? Like I think about like if I were to die suddenly, not so much what people would say, but like this sense of, are you going to be happy with what you did? Are you going to feel like, you know, I don't know. I guess I think about that a lot. Like, am I living my life in such a way where I feel like I would have a lot of unfinished, like potential or unfinished business or I guess big goals that I didn't
see. That's a great question. But like, see, I look at it. That's a great question. I say this all the time on my show. I do. It's like whenever I say that's a great question, I'm never the one that's asked it. You know what I mean? Like I'll be sitting there. I'll be sitting there with a guest, and Garrett or Steve will say something, or a caller, and I'll be like, "That's a really good question." You know, like a host would ask that question. But it's funny because I don't think about death. I think about watch this. I'll try and sound deep, but I mean it.
Yes,
like
I think about life.
I think about life a lot. Like I've said this when I leave the studio, not like if it's nice weather, I've 9 times out of 10, I walk back to the church, St. Vincent's on 66th, you know, because what's the old phrase? I'm a recovering Catholic. And I just go in there, I take 5 minutes and I just fucking pour out some fucking thank yous, you know? And, you know, it really is. It's like, and I always quote this. Look, here it is. This is the poem.
Your diploma? Oh.
I am the smart SM. No.
SMRT.
This is that fucking poem I always quote by Tennyson called The Psalm of Life. And I was I always say it's Longfellow. Okay. It's Longfellow. And look, this is my mother's obituary. She died cancer. How's your mother, Chrissy? And I'll never forget. And this is how, like, I always say shit like, speaking of like death, I definitely believe there's something after this because I definitely believe my mother's still alive and she sends me messages. And I remember one time, as my mother would say, I was really twisted. Oh, you get all twisted. Keanu, I fucking adore it to this day. Whenever she's like, you're all twisted, baby. You're all because my mother would say that, right? And one time when she
say it by coincidence, or she says it to you because your mom would say it?
She says it because my mom would say it. But the stuff she does, it reminds me of my parents are like, she's like my father. Yesterday, we're leaving the store, the Quickie Mart on the way home, and she pays the cashier and she walks out and just leaves the box of White Claw on the register. And I literally, without thinking, go, you want to get the White Claw, Angelo? Because that's shit my dad would do. But again, like my mother one time when I was twisted, started quoting this poem, which I never heard of. And I said, what is that? And she's like, that's the Psalm of Life. And then after my mother died, I was cleaning out the house. And I swear to you, this was in one of her yearbooks on the front page. Okay. And it goes, and this is really, like I've always said, the two fucking cliff notes to life, and I mean this, are fucking the Prophet by Khalil Gibran, which is an epic poem, and this. And I quoted, tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. And let me say, yeah, it's a rhyming poem. They don't make them like these anymore. Life is real. To answer your question, Chrissy, watch this. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not the goal. Dust thou art to dust returneth was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to find that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still, like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, and this reminds me of you and me a bit as comedians and a lot of our friends, in the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. The only reason he didn't write sheep is because nothing rhymes with it. Trust no future, however pleasant. What's that?
Peep rhymes with sheep.
That's right. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven sheep. I don't want to hear a peep out of you. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. And that is something I always remember when I say shit like, hey,
Let the dead past bury its dead. What does that mean?
Dead past bury its dead. It means like if you lived a good life, it's done. Like that's why I joke. Like my parents died of cancer. How's your mother? You ready? How's your mother? Crypt Daddy is podcasting with Fez right now. And the people that get offended by that shit, I don't have time for it. Let the dead past bury its dead. Because people want to sit there and be like, and I hate when people fucking remember the nicest things about people that were fucking, you know, life is messy. Okay. And to answer your question, then I'll finish this up and we'll bring in the other guests. Life is messy. Okay. And I want to be remembered for all the dumb shit I did as much as the good shit. I'm a disaster. I'm a 54-year-old man in a 3-room apartment with a cat that I can't stop bragging about, that tells you I fucking used to live out of my car, that I once shit in a bag when I was stuck in traffic. This is
what kind
me.
of bag? Paper or plastic?
Wawa bag. What am I? An animal?
Wait a second. A fabric Wawa bag? They have nice ones now.
Not
they have like
fabric Wawa bag. No, a plastic
fabric bags now.
Anyway, trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present. Heart within, God overhead. Lives of great men and women all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints in the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing shall take heart again. Let us be then up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. And on that, I'll bring in Keanu C. Thompson, the other 2/3 of the Adorable Tour.
Hello,
what are you doing, baby?
Chrysanthemum. I'm so glad I made it for the poem portion.
Yeah, we have a snap. Yeah.
I was answering. Oh my God, hold on. What am I doing here? Let me put you here.
Want to hear my favorite poem?
Here we go.
My mother makes me chicken. Her chicken makes me cough. I wish that when she made it, she'd take the feathers off.
What do you?
Mascara.
Thank
I just
you.
read a really nice poem. I did.
That was nice. What was wrong with that?
No, yours was great. I'm saying, why
No,
get
it was
upstage?
better. It was better than yours, I believe.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yours
okay.
is funny and lighthearted. We're like getting into like the meaning of life and shit.
Well, that's, and I always say that's what I think my stand-up is. I think that's what In Hot Water is. We try to say smart stuff in the dumbest way, or the dumbest stuff in the smartest way. Keanu will tell you, we did a gig this weekend.
Look, I'm in the floof.
Oh my God, you're like being swallowed up by cotton candy. Is that a new beanbag chair?
Yes, it's a womb.
It really does look womb-like.
It is. It's a womb. April had one, so I had to have one. So
I'm adding to stuff. Now we got a game.
Fred's here. Daddy's here.
Fred,
this feels like a double date.
I know. And they're like a sleepover.
Ooh, what should we order? Let's order a bottle of wine.
I'm telling you. No, and I'm telling you, moving forward, this is going to be the Monday show, because if you put me and Fred in the same room, there's booze. There's too much booze every time.
It's terrible.
Fred, are you on your phone?
I am on my phone.
Can you twist your phone horizontally?
Wow, that's a personal
Just
question.
a little. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I just learned something.
What's that?
I haven't been horizontal in a long time, so bear with me.
I keep telling the story, like I was laughing because like I don't consider myself an absolute guinea, but when we were at Sullivan's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, stop, and I'll like, because we go and I'm like, let me buy you some drinks, and you always try and buy. Half the time you get away with it. So it's like a basketball game. I'm between him and the bartender, and I'm like I've got the tab, and Fred is throwing $50 bills over my shoulder, and he's such a fucking mobster Ginzo type. They're landing perfectly right in front of the bartender. I don't know how you were doing that. I'm like, how did you do that? And I'm like, and I'm turning around, I got this. And she's the bartender, you know, they're just petite Irish women looking at us like, these filthy fucking Italians ruin everything.
Well, they could learn a little bit, you know. When the Irish go to a bar, it's like a fucking a brouhaha. It's like you boil I bought last time. It's the opposite with the Irish. They fight over who the fuck shouldn't pay.
Just like the Jews.
Well, the Jews, number three.
Wait, somebody, God, see, I'm not used to having this. Somebody just moved Mark safe from drinking with Fred. That was cute. So we were talking about, do you worry about death? And considering me and you were close as Fred, I answered and I said, believe it or not, no. Every time there's a knock at the door, I make sure it's not a guy with a cloak and a sickle. But I don't, because the older you get, the more you're like, this is fucking it. Am I wrong?
I've been afraid of death since I got married. I sleep with one eye open, but she's half Sicilian.
Keanu's mostly Sicilian.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning. She's like, you know what's been bothering me? What, honey? 18 fucking years ago, when you said that we should go right home instead of going for a glass of wine. What? This is the psychotic fucking thing. Women are psychotic. They will remember shit that you didn't even fucking do yet.
Yeah. I do that line in my act. I say I always give money to Alzheimer's because that's a terrible disease. And I don't worry about it because I'm Italian, and Italian women never forget anything.
Never fucking forget. She tells me shit like what she had to drink on our honeymoon. She goes, remember, and you spilled the drink on that guy, and he wanted to buy you a drink, and you were like, no, it was my fault. I was like, what?
What's her sign? Do you know
what
what sign is?
I didn't thank the super chat. There you go, Frank Pellegrino. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Frankie MacDonald will be here, Frank. Jesus Christ. What do you think? We're going to try and carry this without the star of the show? He'll be here later. Yeah, so I don't really worry that much about death. Keanu fucking...
I constantly think I'm dying. And since I got vaccinated, Geno tells me every day that I'm going to die.
I do not.
He says I'm going to drop dead. I don't want to go to sleep at night for fear that I won't wake up. I'm in a constant state of worrying about death. But
I think every one of Geno's girlfriends have said, I don't want to go to sleep tonight.
We tell the story about one of my crazy exes, Fred. I literally would hide the knives when I went to bed. I would hide them in the bottom thing, you know, the broiler of the oven. Like I would hide them in there because even if she found them, you'd have to make noise when you were rattling it to fucking kill me because you're insane.
Hey, baby, you want to play hide the knives?
Really?
But yeah, I don't worry about it because what are you gonna fucking do? And
what are you gonna do? Everybody dies.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
My mother used to say we're all dying from the moment we're born. So getting back to the woman who started this, what a very good question. Do you, Chrissy? Do you, now that you've got it all coming together, you've landed that stud that is Frank Pellegrino. You fucking you tied him down. You're touring with the Adorable Tour. You and Keanu and the lovely Lila Hart will be at the Pineapple Grill or something.
Yeah, the saloon. It's the Pineapple Saloon.
You know, do you know Chris Monty? He laughed in my face a few days ago. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to LA. I'm going to LA." He said, "Oh, the Comedy Store." I said, "No, the Pineapple Hill Saloon." He laughed right in my face. He's like, "I guess you're not doing well."
But was he laughing? Because he's the same as us. Was he laughing at how ridiculous everything's gotten?
You know, he actually, because we asked him, I was hanging out with Frank's dad, if he does political material. He says, I know, I leave it out entirely. He's like, and I was trying to get the sense of like, is he just apolitical? Like, where is he at? You know, I just feel like it's kind of impossible to not have some political feelings one way or the other, or to at least not be passionate. You're not passionate about any political topics at all. I find that curious, but he talks a lot about like relationship stuff and like being a dad. So there's a lot of material there.
Yeah, I hate my kids. How about you guys?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I find that, and I love him. I find that hacky. And don't get me wrong, if a younger if a younger comic is doing that, then that's fine because you're evolving. You know what I mean? And I've always said this.
I'm like, you're a grown man. You must have opinions about
how could
life.
you not?
Yeah.
Like I had, and I'll say it again, and we'll get to the super chats. I'll say it again. I do. I like Ralph Sutton. I really do. When I do the SDR podcast with him, it's such a fucking different muscle and so much fun. And the thing I love, he's so fucking, he's one of those guys, Fred, that goes, well, I don't follow politics. But then for some reason, he's got some insanely liberal view. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
do you think he'll call me back, though?
I don't know. But then,
Would you just tell him I'm asking about him, please? You think he's watching?
Honey, we're not going to do this right. We're not doing this right now. Keanu won a date with him on fucking their show. But then that's the difference between I love him because he reminds me that social media is what they used and separating us during the lockdown is what they used to divide this country. Because if you have the same, I have this argument with him when we're fucking talking in real life, and then we just laugh it off and we go do shots at Sullivan's. We tweet the picture and everyone gets livid. They're like, no, kill each other, you know? But me and him during the lockdown were fighting like crazy and circling all the way back. It's like at this point in your life, if you're Chris Monty, if you're me, if you're the fabulous Fred Rubino, you can't not have an opinion on stuff.
I was gonna be. That's perfect.
You did that, right? I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
The same fucking comics that are talking about fucking Archie Bunker and Flip Wilson, and you're like, what the fuck? Are the same? You know, it's the same level to me. Not doing politics, since politics is so fucking blowing up and part of every part of culture today. How the fuck could you not at least comment or make a remark about politics, even if your remark is neutral?
You know, and let me say this to pay you the compliment I just paid myself. Shocking. If you're the same, if there are comics, and this is it in the nutshell. If there are comics that we've seen, they get on stage. I'll never forget. There was a comic one time, Fred. I don't mean to brag, but I was hosting at Stand Up New York. It was a new talent day. I quit. And I go
Was the pineapple booked already?
Wee! But you'll love this too, Chrissy and Keanu, but you'll appreciate even more, Fred. I sit down with the guy, and this is when I'm a young man of 35. I just gotten up here, and the guy, and you know, it's one of those big Saturday afternoon 4:30 shows, and I sit down at the table with him, and the guy is fucking. He's got to be 50 some, right? And I look at him like, all right, what do you want for your intro? He goes, just say coming up next, Stevie GB. And I go, your name is not Stevie GB. He goes, no, but you'll never remember my real name. You want to know what his real name was 20 years later? And I think this is such a great name. Steve G and Turco. Steve G and Turco. That's a fucking great name. And I said, and even then, that was one of the first moments where I said, if you go up as Stevie GB, you're going to be a Stevie GB. And he went up there and he's got a pie in one hand and seltzer water in the other. And so the point I'm making is, like, when you evolve, like, a lot of the jokes we do is because we'll be laughing at what's going on in the world off stage. We'll be talking, we'll say something funny, and I'll be like, that's gone in the act. That's the comics we become. You know, right. And I
agree. I agree. If you fucking are still doing fucking jokes about, there was the guy, the asshole fucking bread and milk fucking guy. He's doing jokes about the Poseidon adventure.
I'm stealing that bit.
About Shelley Winters in the Poseidon adventure. That's before my fucking time. And meanwhile, then I go up after these fucking people doing things about Poseidon adventure, about fucking Casablanca. And I'm doing a joke about the Oppenheimer movie that came out last week. And I'm like, Don't you fucking get it? Even if it's not that good, which of course it was great. But unless it's not that good, do something within the last 10 fucking years.
You ever see the Seinfeld episode that's a take? The Puerto Rican Day Parade is a giant takeoff of the Poseidon Adventure because they're trying to get across the street, so they go under the bleachers.
Yes.
By the way, some great super chats. Marshall Beaupre, $2. He was worried this didn't get the joke recognition in the chat. Nice bubble jet printer, Fred. Now, I would say if you want to workshop it, had you tagged it with nice bubble print Fred and then nice bubbles Keanu or Chrissy, you know, you could have made it a boob joke.
Hey
Fred,
there. That's untoward.
You got two beautiful women in the fucking thing. You got two beautiful women, and this fucking guy is looking at my bubble jet printer. This guy needs to be fucking put away or on some kind of medicine.
Marshall Beaupre is one of the 4 pillars of in hot water fucking prep work. Like I don't, you're not gonna believe this. I really don't do much. I really don't.
No,
I know.
Guy's a lunatic. He pisses in the sink.
Yeah, I don't like. That's the least favorite part about him.
Shout out Ryan Campbell, who fucking said glasses Kiki, $10. Thank you. They are pretty
wonderful. Do you know you can Venmo it to me?
Okay, there you go. And David Chandler, fucking look at him, fucking
David Chandler with the pink boy.
Yeah, thank you, David, and the cute dog. And that's a great. Watch this. I'll do it again. That's a great question. I've never heard that question, and I wanted to get through the other stuff. Would you rather know when or how you're going to die?
When or how?
That's horrible.
Wait, here's the thing. If you want to know how you're going to die, and it's something like, I wouldn't want to know how, because like you're in a car accident.
I know how. I'll be playing football and I'll collapse. Apparently, if you ask me, that's what will happen to me. Yeah,
that's right. If you're vaccinated, not you, Keanu, you got the saline.
I'll be playing professional soccer. Yes,
and
suddenly
I'll
have a heart attack.
If you know how you're gonna die, if it's something like a car accident, you'll never get in a car again, right? You know, if you know you're gonna have a heart attack, let's be honest, that's fine, right? I guess.
No, you can't change it. If you're gonna die in a car accident, if you never get in a car again, 2 cars are gonna hit. They're gonna veer off into the fucking restaurant where you're eating and smash you against the wall. You can't change it. That's the fucking thing.
You're right. You're right.
Billy Joel will drive his car into your house.
If you can change it, then you don't know how you're gonna die. Don't you see?
So like you say you never get in a car, and then you see a drunk Billy Joel driving by your home. You're like, I'm
right into your living room, and you're like
I can't believe was he playing Only the Good Die Young? I could have sworn.
Yes. Like, who would have thought the man could drive into someone's living room twice?
He's another one who just broke my heart. Like I used to, Bruce. I'm done with Bruce. He hasn't put out a good album since fucking, in my opinion, Tunnel of Love, which was, I think, the early 90s, late 80s. And then it's just everything's fucking sucking Obama's dick and the left and all that stuff. And just when I'm like, but Billy Joel never changed. He goes on Stern. One of the last time I listened, he's like, yeah, I don't know why people aren't just getting vaccinated. I'm like, Billy, why would you do that? You fucking drunk. Nothing can live in your system. And I'm saying that.
Yeah, they're all fucking liberal pieces of shit. Now you got these people saying in Hollywood, I'm against cancel culture. You fucking douchebags. You tried to cancel everyone who didn't get vaccinated and everyone who didn't wear a mask. You are the fucking ones who would have canceled culture.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Hey, look at that. Korn's got some fucking fans. Look, Korn Diff. We have to have Korn back. You know what? Maybe I'll send Korn a link and we'll do something this week.
Yeah,
Wednesday we got our boy Cecil dropping by. Korn would love him. And I've been a broken record with it, Fred, with the writer's strike, because it's like I love that all these two people reached out to me this week. And if you have I should turn my ringer on in case people want to call in. I keep talking about that movie V for Vendetta. And V for Vendetta, have you seen it, Chrissy? Do you remember it? Long story short, there's a talk show host in it. And by the way, Keanu, you know who the talk show host is in that movie? I just remembered the guy that played Doc Ock. The guy that played Doc Ock in Spider-Man that we were watching.
We were watching that.
And it's literally they called it because you can imagine he's such a mouthpiece for the fucking dictator. And then suddenly he turns on him and they kill him. And now all these writers that wrote the shit dancing with the vaccine needles and fucking wrote for Jimmy Kimmel.
With the vaccine.
Yeah, all that stuff. Now they're sitting there saying, hey, you gotta pay us. And the left is literally doing they're saying what we said. They're like, no, fuck you. We're arresting Trump now in Georgia. What we're doing is weaponize it. We've weaponized the DOJ now. We don't need late night TV anymore. And my favorite part is the AI shit. That's simply like they walk into the writer's room and they walk into a writer's room with like just a sheet of papers and they go, all right, I've got the AI scripts. I need you guys, I need them punched up. And the 20 writers in the room are sitting there going like, the 20 writers in the room are saying, oh, all right, we'll do that. And the guy just goes, no, I need him to punch it up. And you 19 people are fucking fired. You're fired. We don't need you. And they're sitting there like, how did this happen to us? Because you invested in fucking man and lies.
Well,
yeah, fuck them. Fuck them all. Because let me tell you, how could I have any sympathy for people who tried to fucking destroy my life for not getting the vaccine and not having a mask on? How could I just turn around and say, and it's not that like they said, I don't think Fred Rubino's funny, or I don't think you should go see this guy here and there. He tried to destroy my whole family by not letting me work or go to a grocery store or go on a public transportation. That's fucking serious. You don't just brush it off after that and say, oh, okay, hey, how about support us because now we're out of work. Fuck, drop dead. All of you.
I'm angry. I didn't want the vaccine, but I felt like I had to do it. I don't even want to take an Advil. I cried my eyes out, but I felt like if I wanted to live in New York, I had to do it. And now Geno tells me I'm dying every day.
No, this is what I say to Keanu and Fred. If ever these are the things we fight about. Like I'm driving and she gets all skittish.
I'm not really angry. He doesn't actually tell me I'm dying every day, but no, did I want to go and do that? Absolutely not. I hate that I did it. But
I tell her.
So yeah, I'm angry about that.
I tell her, and I take these myself, and this is what makes it even funnier to me. There's a Dr. McCullough. You know the McCullough guy that's been fucking touting like that, one of the first guys on board saying this is bullshit. The vaccines are stupid. Yeah. Fucking Chrissy and Keanu met him, personally know him. He fucking he's a horn dog. He puts like fucking flame emojis on both of their Instagrams. And this is a guy that said, and he's been right. And I look it up. And I said, Keanu, it's not a bit I'm doing. He literally said you need to take quercetin, which you get with turmeric, bromelain, which I recommend with quercetin, and what's the other one? And natokines. And you take those, and they get the spike protein out of your system, which we all have, whether you're vaxxed or not. We either had COVID, we either got the vax. If you were dumb enough to believe the people that this is how dumb they thought we were. You'll appreciate this, Fred. Fred, remember when Wile E. Coyote would say, "I like the way that rolls out." Wile E. Coyote, super genius. Okay.
Super genius of the Acme Club, Acme Company.
Yeah. Well, then they said, because when people were getting COVID and common sense was starting to win out again, they're like, oh, I don't need it. Especially when that video of fucking Dr. Lord and Savior Fauci was going around saying, when someone said, I had the flu, do I need a flu shot? And he said, no, don't get a flu shot. You have the fucking antibodies. So they pitched a thing called super immunity, saying if you get vaccinated after you had it, you can, which is a made up fucking word, and they play off the dumb people, which is why you get articles like oh wait, hold on. Remember when this article came out, it came right up. I didn't even have to look that hard. It was what you were saying, Fred. After everyone fucking oh, my computer's slow, hard to believe. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
All right, well, it doesn't matter. Because now it's like, I don't know, sometimes my computer, there's probably too many people, but they literally play on the stupid people, and they say, all right, let's the Atlantic says, let's declare a pandemic amnesty. Let's focus on the future and fix the problems we still need to solve. They literally came out, the Atlantic, which can't suck the dick of the left fast enough, and they're like, you know, we just need to forgive and forget. Fuck you. It's what you said.
They're trying to applaud the people who fucking got in line and saying, hey, don't treat those people who have fucked you by trying to get you to get the vaccine. Let's treat them like normal, unlike the way they treated you and tried to destroy your life. But I think it's ironic that Keanu is regretful about that shot because dating Geno, I would think the list of regrets would be just a long.
Yeah, ha ha ha! I swear I didn't cut you off. He's scatting and bebopping all over me. And yeah,
I've been known to make a terrible decision from time to time, okay?
A lot of people who took the shot didn't want to. They felt they were forced to regret it. And I agree, Black Cat. That's fine. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you who fucking, whether he wants to admit it or not, regrets it. Fucking Aaron. Berg fucking got that fucking shot. And fucking he's a guy that fucking did steroids for years as a bodybuilder. So his heart's already fucked up a little bit. You know, I have none because I didn't cry when Crypt Daddy died. But again, and then he fucking takes a shot. Like, that's someone who fucking had beaten the shit out of his heart for years and years. And again, Keanu, that happened within weeks of the shot. Do you understand? So again, because another thing I believe that I'm trying to fucking Keanu, no! Oh, I can't wait to take that flu from. Isn't she sweet? Stop being a bitch. But I need it.
Look at it. That was me collapsing.
I know. And that's the other thing.
That's Italian. That's an alpha male. When your girlfriend collapses and you go, get up, stop being a bitch.
Yeah, you bitch. Wake up.
Bitch. Don't collapse on my fucking stream,
Oh, God, all right.
But that's another thing, and I love that I'm always like, people have to be victims. I feel like a victim. I think I act like a victim when I say, like, they take it out on me. Like, I honestly think when Berg would sit there and look across the desk at me, you know, who spent the 8 months of the lockdown getting healthier, not drinking, actually doing his own research, God forbid, and he's fucking gets out of the hospital. He's like, how is this guy look skinnier and healthier than ever? And I'm fucking at death's door. And the same thing with fucking, I don't care what you say. I love Kevin Dabrowski. We have to go hang with them soon, baby. But he got shingles. He's Keanu's age. Oh, no, he's 37. He got shingles.
Don't age me 7 years, for Christ's sake.
That's sorry, like baby. A 50 and up thing, shingles.
Yeah, but you get it from stress and stuff. And I'm like, you get it from stress, but you get it when fucking, and that's another reason, Keanu, trust me. You know what? I'm going to have Dr. McCullough say that you either take bromelain, quercetin, and nattokinase, or you just take fucking a 6-pack of White Claw a day. Because that's what Keanu lives on.
It sounds like a German stripper. Bromelain.
Let's get to some super chats. Celebrated, and I never knew enough about this guy. Celebrated as Joe the Plumber. That guy died. He had pancreatic cancer, right?
Oof. That's a bad one. That's a tough one to get her over.
That's an ouchie.
I guess I'll take Chrissy out of the stream till she gets back, right? We're just staring at that.
But she'll come back.
Come back, Chrissy. We love you. Matt Field says, are we back in the Kevy Brenny business around here? Geno Bino rules. We are not. But we wish him well. BYB podcast. Go to rehab, Geno. Yeah. And can you believe this? Like, Aaron one time said to me, either you go to rehab or the show is done. I said, what? Can you imagine fucking being that much of a dry fucking drunk? Oof.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Listen, rehab's not for everybody.
No. Oh, no. And I talked to a sober coach after that for fucking an hour, our dear friend that we know. And she's like, no, you can't go to rehab. You would make fun of people. Keanu, look at this. $2. You got to show the Keanu. You got to show the, hey, Geno. Oh, show us your Keanu. I read it wrong.
Yeah, no. Where's your Keanu tattoo, Bisconte?
Well, I can't wait to fucking get it, cross it out, and put Ralph over it.
I would do the same.
Might be getting it this week. Stay tuned, Beck. Might be getting it this week.
Thank you, Beck.
Stay the fuck tuned.
Yes. Make
hurry before she dies.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for freaking her out a little more even. That's
all you have to do is put RIP over it later.
And baby, no, come on, baby.
Oh.
By the way, Fred, me and Keanu did a gig, like, and this ties into what we were saying about I already forgot his name. I forget everyone's name now. Chris Monty. It's like there are clubs now that we do. It's like I don't even want to do the clubs in New York. You know, it's like we did a gig and I've been laughing about it all weekend because we did there he is. if you get the chance, we did Rich. Did you do Rich's room yet? Schultes' room, the Laughing Stock Comedy Club.
No,
It's-
my whole goal in comedy is never to do Richie Schultes' club.
No, Rich Carucci's club. I'm sorry,
Oh.
it's Rich Carucci's club.
No, where is that? Is that the one in Pennsylvania or some shit?
Yeah. I didn't realize, thank God, I didn't realize how far it was. And I love Rich and I love Jeffrey Paul. He does a room with him as well. But thank God we had a show the night after that I'll tell you about in a sec. So it made it worth it. You know what I mean? Because the money's not good. And Rich would be the first to tell you. You know what I mean? He's like, I got a gig Friday. I'm like, I'll make it work. I'll do this thing Saturday. But Saturday, tying into the weird rooms we do and stuff, it's just this bar called Dooley's. Okay. And it's
was
like
the funnest thing ever. Oh my God.
it's a bar me and you would hang out at. Like I did the show. I didn't realize, like, you've been doing this 10 years. Like 10 years ago, I was on the show and I hung out with him afterwards, drinking, him and his brother, Chris and Mark Coyne. And they're like, we just want you to come back and bring people every time. So I've been doing it. Dude, money's great. Fucking, it's in Scranton. It's like 2 hours from the bridge. But you would love it, dude. The next show I do, I brought Keanu and Schultes this weekend, which was fun. Next show I do, I want to bring you and Carucci. That will be a stupid fun show. Yeah, but these are the rooms we do now, and I'm sorry, we brag about it. And there was no promotion for it because he's like, we're doing it this day, and it's one of the places where like, oh, you're doing the comedy night with Geno again? Yeah, and it sells itself out. You know, it's
perfect.
100 people
Chrissy's
jammed
back.
into a drunk bar. But again, like that's why it's like if you told me you're doing the pineapple grill, baby, it's like, yeah, great.
Saloon. The
Thank you.
pineapple saloon.
Anywhere you can get up and tell your fucking jokes to people that fucking want to listen nowadays, that's the best.
Listen,
Look at
I played clubs that were just fucking horrendously shit, and I played fucking restaurants or bars that I played a bar in Tampa. When I first moved here, I was like, hey, you want to do a comedy show? Because I seen that they had a stage with bands. Yeah. The guy calls me up. He goes, what the fuck is going on? There's 180 people trying to get in. I only could fit 130. And I'm like, yeah, but the club a half a mile away, you go there. There's 20-something people. So who's fucking who here?
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of clubs, that thing we're doing in December. What's that? You really have to change your avatar at this point.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was still that. I just can't see them. I was wondering if it was my problem.
That thing we're doing in December, fucking, it's horrific. I mean, the gig's amazing. And it's at that room we did tell her about it, Fred.
Tell me.
December 16th. It's America First Warehouse in Islip.
We've been there. We've been
there.
The
beautiful place.
The crazy, the Josh Denny show.
Yeah, but it's a perfect place for what they're doing because this is for all the people that I'm telling you, it should terrify you. You know, like when people like, and I love Dombrowski, but it's like, yeah, January 6th was an insurrection. And Fred, there was nothing better than having Mike Bichetti on. Mike Bichetti was on a couple weeks ago, and he's like, January 6th was an insurrection. He goes, the Holocaust was terrible. And then we're like, hey, Frankie, how many people died in the Holocaust? None. But
I heard him say that. That was really funny.
And Mike's just sitting there. The fact that people don't realize what's going on is terrifying, and that's why I'm fucking pumped to do this show. Tell us about it.
It's for the warehouse, America First Warehouse, Trump stuff all over, patriotic.
It's a great venue.
Say whatever the fuck you want about Biden, about anything. It's going to be a great show. They also advertise. So I did a free show for them not too long ago to January 6th people. And I'm going to do another one for the January 6th people, another show. So maybe you could come on that too. And we will, that might be at the Trump golf course. They're working on it now. And
anywhere you do it,
it's patriotic. I don't want some people at my shows. I don't want the asshole with the mask or that it was an insurrection guy. I don't want to be friends with them anymore. I'm dying. I'm dying in 3 or 4 years, maybe. You know, I don't know. I don't have time for these fucking people anymore. When I was young, I would humor them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I've said that as well. It's like, that's another thing that I love about fucking just being on Compound and doing the fucking studio shit and have people drop by. It's like this fucking ML, all these idiots that are fucking screaming at each other on fucking whatever, YouTube. And they're like, oh, they hate you. It's like, there's never been a time where I fucking left the desk and said, now, if only I could make, the fucking Berg's base fans like me more. If only I could, make the vaccinated people like me more. No one cares. That gets to that line from the poem. It's like, we have to just fucking speak our minds, and fucking people that think like us more than ever will cotton to. And there's times I say all the time, I plug, like, I'm like, subscribe to Compound Media, subscribe to Compound Media. And people are like, we're already subscribed. I'm like, then tell other fucking people. Like
subscribe, damn it.
Yeah. We're all subscribed. Then tell other people. Like, I'm mad. I was saying this to Keanu on the ride back. It's like, I need to start doing that more at these shows. I need to start telling people to subscribe, because there are times now, and you can ask, I'm getting applause breaks on stage just because, fucking when I get
when
going.
You leave.
when they say someone else's name, but it's just not even because I'm saying anything brilliant, other than I'm saying things that are common sense and I'm yelling it, and then they're clapping. I'm like, please stop clapping. I'm about to say something terrible. I'm about to say a stupid dick joke. But these people, they're clapping for nothing other than we're saying. If I say, because I say January 6th, anyone that believes that was an insurrection, fucking, I'm worried about them, because they live they don't realize. I want them to prove me wrong. I need to be proven that fucking it was an insurrection. So I don't think I'm living in a country where they weaponize the DOJ and the FBI. I want fucking you to prove mass works. So I don't think I'm living in a country where they're fucking trying to make us dumber and more compliant.
If you truly believe it was an insurrection and that it was 100% like people driven, you're just not paying attention, or you stopped paying attention after you heard the things that already confirm your bias. There's just been so much information that's come out about FBI and DOJ interference and getting into all of these groups. And there's just, at this point, there's so much overwhelming proof that you're just being, I don't know, I guess thick-headed if you're being stubborn, not to believe all that, or not to even take into consideration.
Listen, I love people, and I don't wish bad on anybody. Well, most anybody, except my in-laws. But other than that, what I'm saying is these people are fucking black
lizards,
holes.
And they live under. I'm sorry, Fred.
They're fucking wormholes. They're fucking black holes. It's not just that. They're assholes. This is just exposed that they're assholes, because when you engage, this is what I found. I engage these people on Facebook. Okay, then why is it? Who was armed? Who was the person that was going to run the government that they had set up? Who was?
How did we plan to take over the government with no guns? And it was even shocking.
When we could have brought them in this
didn't
country.
Ralph Sutton say people had guns? And I was blown away that he would say that.
Like, no, they didn't.
Zero evidence. I'm like, okay, if no one was caught with a gun, if someone had it concealed and didn't use it, that's just like any other day, you know what I mean? But like nobody was caught carrying that went into the building.
Yeah.
Things that has to take place to take over the fucking government. So none of that was it was planned or in place. But these people will suck the fucking life out of you, because when you delve into them, the next thing they're saying is that the earth is flat. The next fucking thing that they're saying is, the reason why they loot and murder is because of you. You make them do it. And it's just an endless fucking hurricane of nonsense and bullshit. And I ain't got the fucking time for them.
Well, and it's also, and I always say this, common sense. Let me ask you something, Chrissy and Fred, but watch this. Let's say that fucking Fred is let's say that I'm Trump, and I'll let you be the good guy. Let's say Fred is Trump, okay? And he fucking thinks the election was stolen, okay? Let's say I'm Joe Biden, okay? And I don't think the election was stolen. If neither of us have something to hide, don't we want that fucking proceeding to go through? Don't we want the fucking proceeding to go through? Because as Biden, I want to be like, see, it wasn't stolen. As Trump, I want to be like, see, it was stolen. But if someone has something to hide, wouldn't you want to stop the proceedings? Do you understand?
Mhm.
Trump was the one that said protest peacefully. Trump was the one that wanted those things. He showed up there not to stop it, but to fucking rally people to say this was stolen from me. Why would you want to stop the election unless it was stolen? That's why. That's why you would plant people like that Epps guy.
Right.
That's why you would drag someone who died outside inside to make it look like fucking they. That's why you would have the New York Times lie and say someone was killed.
It was a huge distraction because what they were doing was installing a president, not, bringing someone in who was duly elected. They were like, no, this is what's happening. And we're just going to set you guys up.
Yeah, I make stories long. By the way, I agree, Chrissy. Sorry to laugh over you. I thought that was hilarious. The longest analogy setup ever. By the way, once again, Marshall Beaupre has my tattoo artist lined up. Frank Pellegrino has your back, Fred. Fred is in line. Great comedy rooms. And Lucy's in Pleasantville. So there you go.
I loved Lucy's. I loved it. You were right on top of people. It was a small room. I loved Lucy's lounge. I really did.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe Frank, instead of fucking busting our balls, maybe talk to my agent, have him land me that Lucy's. Thank you to Brian Kowalczyk. I'm actually out of cigars. I've got to cut back on the cigars. And look at this. Save the best of this group for last. Chat Nest says Chrissy is absolutely glowing today. Oh,
I think my lighting is off. I think I look sort of peachy colored.
Where are you right now?
I'm upstate. I'm upstate where you guys were a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that was such a fun time.
That was fun.
Right. So there you go. So that's what drives me nuts. It's all common sense. And are you guys hearing all the stuff? Like a lot of people are reaching out to me saying like, they're gonna reenact the mask ban on planes and stuff. And if they do it on like I won't wear them on the subway. I won't wear them anywhere. I've done that. But you have no choice on planes.
They give people tickets on the subway. Like I remember I was like, you know what? Today will be the day I'll get a ticket on the Metro North, on the subway, and no one ever gave out tickets. So I don't believe that they're ever going to do that. For a plane, yeah. Well, I think if I absolutely must, I'll go back to wearing my bullshit like sheer pointless masks, the ones that are basically like fishnet stockings.
And these people can't be taught. People can't be taught. It could happen 2 or 3 times, and the same fucking assholes will line up and yell at you in a grocery store and call you a fucking murderer for not wearing a mask. No matter what happens in this world, it's the same assholes. Don't have time for them.
Yeah. And they rather than, I talked about this, rather than just say, look, you were right. And very few people have, but rather than just say, look, you were right. They're like the Ralph Suttons. Like he literally said, and again, I like him, but he literally goes, come on, you don't think there's climate change? And then, no, the people, this is more cowardice. Like if fucking Biden keeps this up and there is a nuclear bomb that's launched and lands on the Ukraine, the earth will just go, ooh, that tickles. That tickles. Everyone's like trying to say, and all they're doing is, if you're ever bored, why don't you go to China and just take a look at all the fucking new fucking coal plants they're building and they need to build a lot of plants because we're sending all of our jobs there. We're sending all of our work there. And fucking no one cares about fucking climate change. No one fucking cares about it. Fucking I bored Kiki. Carbon emissions have flatlined in every fucking civilized country in the world, and they fucking keep going up in fucking China. They keep going up. But these are how people think. And rather than just say, wow, maybe we fucked up here, they have to double down. And then dumb people the real victims.
And say, oh, we can't have ceiling fans anymore.
Yeah, the real victims are the dumb people that literally say, okay, well, I guess they're right. I guess they're right because they're smart.
Let me tell you another thing about the global fucking bullshit that they tout. we have the best fucking emissions. We have the cleanest country that there is. As you know, of the major countries, not these little fucking shitty
Of the ones
Luxembourg
that
fucking
matter.
bullshit stories. Yeah. So in China, when they pollute the fucking air so much that it's always a cloudy day and all their clothes are full of soot, that doesn't come over here. That doesn't. You'll never see today in Seattle. It's a lot of coal dust coming over from China. Doesn't happen. When China pollutes their air and their water, they drink it. They breathe it in. Fuck them. Let them do it. Let them kill themselves. We have a clean country. They should never tell us to put another regulation on. Never. We should be just self-fucking governing. There should be no world forum about anything. How the fuck can you have a world forum when half the world hates the other fucking half of the world? It can't happen.
You can't make it up. The fucking Klaus guy, he dresses like a Marvel comic supervillain. What's that?
Like a queer.
He's a queer.
Hey, I dress like a... No, he dresses like a supervillain. He wears like a leather fucking cape or something. He's insane.
He's a queer.
He's a queer. And
Geno, there was a query from the chat about pet of the day.
I don't know that we have a pet of the day. Like it's
really, I could send you pictures of muffin and waffles.
What's that? Well, I mean, better. Oh my God. Frankie's just sitting there shaking his butt. Frankie, no, he was just sitting in the chat. Frankie MacDonald, here's our pet of the day.
I'm doing great. I got my brand new Frankie Bobblehead wearing a cowboy hat this time. A brand new cowboy Frankie Bobblehead. I got it today.
So good.
Frankie, I was waiting on Keanu. Keanu just stepped out. She was having connection problems. That's why I was holding off on bringing you in. But how are you, Frankie? Look at the cowboy. Now that's a new bobblehead?
Yes.
I'm gonna send you pictures of my dogs.
All right.
Hey, Chrissy, I sent you the link, and I sent Compound Media and Geno a link to Cowboy Frankie Bobblehead. It's a National Bobblehead Hall of Fame.
Okay, good. I'll have to get one. I'll have to snap one up.
Frankie, how many bobbleheads do you have? Oh, look, KB says new bobblehead, Frankie. Nice. Now, Frankie, aren't you happy that we Skyped you in? That what number is that, Frankie? I'm sorry. Do that again.
44 L1000.
What's that?
44 L1000.
44. A buddy of mine. You ready for this, Fred? Not that you care, but it's Fred. A buddy of mine has the original Frankie MacDonald bobblehead. You know what number it is? It's number 2. It's number 2. Yeah, you met him. Remember we called you from the bar the other night, Frankie?
Yes, Geno. Did you hear about this? Did you get the link to my bobblehead to Facebook Messenger?
Oh, you sent me. Oh my God! Look at Frankie doing. Frankie's doing show prep. You sent me a link to your bobblehead.
Yes.
Hold on, Frankie. Give me a sec. All right. So, link to Frankie's bobblehead. And now, how much are you selling these for, Frankie?
$30 American each.
I'll take 1,000. Can you deliver 1,000?
Done.
Can you deliver 1,000, Frankie?
Keanu's back. Hi, Keanu.
Hello, Franklin.
Frankie Bobblehead. You can get to the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame website.
Oh,
now,
wonderful.
Frankie, can I ask you something? Like you're sending me pictures of bobblehead. You might have watch me set this up. You might have sent me one by accident. You might have sent me a picture. Keanu, why do you have to get up and walk away when I'm doing a bit? Jesus Christ.
It was on my TV because I was trying to listen to you. I wanted to work.
Oh, yeah, I did that. Frankie, this doesn't look like a bobblehead. What is this, Frankie? Frankie, what is this?
Somebody did AI.
Ooh.
Nice.
Somebody did an artificial intelligence Photoshop. That software costs $500 Canadian.
Oh, he's a tomcat.
He is
Frankie.
It's an artificial intelligence. Somebody did a Photoshop AI. It's a video Photoshop software AI. That software costs $500 Canadian.
Keanu, I can assure you, just because you cheat on me, you ready? I would never cheat on you, Keanu. I can assure you of that.
Oh!
I'm more jealous of you now. Is that Michael?
Who is that? Oh my
That's
goodness.
Keanu Bichetti. That's
Oh no!
right there.
That's
I love that it's the picture from the Cracker Barrel. Like that makes
that's
perfect
disturbing.
Oh.
Oh, Frankie, hold on, Frankie. I will show the video. I will show the video that you sent me. Okay, Frankie, hold on.
Geno, I gotta drop out.
Fred, did I
I
lose
have
you?
to drop out. I will see you soon. There's a mass shooting in South Carolina right now. There's a Chinaman on the loose.
Oh.
Frankie, excuse me, Fred, before you leave, if you have one more minute, I want to show you the video Frankie sent me. It's great. You ready?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Here we go. He wants orange ball. Bob Barker, everyone.
The late Bob Barker. Oh, Frankie, why, Frankie?
And did you sent you
Frankie, why would you? Frankie, why
I didn't
would
do
you
it.
do that? Oh,
I didn't do it.
Fred, where are you going to
Frankie,
be? Hold on,
we
Frankie,
love
I'm so sorry.
Bob
Fred, where are you going
Barker.
to be?
Hey,
Fred, where are you
I
gonna be?
didn't
I'm
do
gonna
it
be
at all.
at your sister's house tomorrow, and I will be on FredRubino.com and live tonight on Facebook. I'm cutting open my gabagool that I made 4 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Hey,
Wow.
God.
Geno, hey, Keanu, hey, Chrissy, I just sent the link to chat, the link to Cowboy Frank Down Bobblehead.
Okay,
Ooh.
I gotta
All
go.
right,
There's a
hold on.
Chinaman on the loose.
Hold on. Here it is. No, that's not it. All right, Frankie, I will show your thing right now. Thanks again, Fred Rubino. You're the best. All right, how much are you saying this bobblehead goes for, Frankie?
$30 each in American currency.
Oh, okay. That's a good deal. How many is that Canadian? In case I want to move. It's fine. He doesn't have to tell
There
me.
you go,
He's
Frankie.
like,
What
"Keep
is this,
fucking with
Frankie?
me."
It's not
Frankie,
the right
what is
one.
this?
Oh my
It's the
God.
wrong one.
All right, fine. Here we go. Look at this. It's right there, Frankie. It's right there, Frankie. Look at that. Hold on. The Frankie MacDonald. Thank you for putting up with my silliness, Frankie. Frankie MacDonald cowboy hat bobblehead. How about that, Frankie? What do you think of that?
Great one.
It is a great one.
It's really great. I want to get
Looks
one.
like you have a bit of a beard in. No, I don't need to unlock 10% off. Frankie,
It's
it looks like you have a bit of a beard in this. Am I right?
That means that's the Phil Schuyler, the CEO of Bobblehead Hall of Fame, paint a little bit of that.
Look at how. Look. Do you see the scruff in there, ladies? Look at that.
That's cute.
He's
Very
like
yeehaw.
it.
I like it.
That means he'll be getting the Cowboy Frank Down Bobblehead.
Yes,
Yes.
we will. Yes, we
You're
will.
very rugged.
There you
Good
go.
job, Frankie. Did you have
Frankie,
to?
that's-
What was the modeling process like for this bobblehead?
Yeah, Frankie. What is the motivation behind the bobblehead?
A bobblehead means.
Did
I'm
they
not
have to
taking a
take
picture.
like did they have to like put your whole body in plaster?
No, it's somebody made it. So I took pictures of myself. And sent it to the Phil Schuyler Bobblehead Hall of Fame CEO, and he got it. He used it.
Is it to scale?
Frankie?
He
Is
made
it-
a prototype of things and sent the prototype to China, and he made a Cowboy Frank Down Bobblehead.
Wonderful. Okay.
Well, that's fantastic, Frankie. Now, we are off this week, Frankie. What are you doing for the Compound Media vacation, my friend?
And Chrissy's doing that at 9 p.m. Atlantic time tonight.
Oh, that's right. Look, see, once again, doing my job for me.
8 o'clock Eastern. You're all welcome to join. I'll send everyone a link.
Wonderful.
Oh, my
And
God.
hey,
By the way,
Chrissy, did you get the link to my bobblehead? Cowboy Frank Down Bobblehead.
Yes, we will feature that.
By the way,
Tonight.
I can't believe I didn't get this when Fred was on. Question for Fred. Do strangers ask you for law or tax advice and you have to tell them that you're not a masochisto? I don't know what that means. But you, Salvatore, should go on to Fred's stream tonight and watch him cut the gabagool. And then you can axe him. I'm sorry, Sal, I didn't get to and sign. Jaquan G, look at this, Frankie. I bought a Frankie bobblehead and it just says the N-word. Is that normal, Frankie?
Ooh.
It's edited. It's edited. Somebody edited. That software costs $500 Canadian.
God, we used to play that fucking doll a lot. We really did. And J Toxic 49, this might be the best MLC episode I've ever seen. Gene, KB, where's the drool tower? Hashtag Chrissy's boobs look great. Love yous. Love yous. That is sweet.
You.
Oh, and by the way, Frankie, could you wish a happy birthday to Buster Hyman?
Happy birthday, Buster Hyman, and happy birthday, Frank Down.
I should have just said, yeah, it's not as good. Can you say hi? This never misses for me. Can you say hi to my friend Barry McCockiner?
Hi, Barry McCockiner. I'm doing great so far.
Oh, Barry.
I never
Ham Radio's on vacation. This Wednesday night, Ham Radio's on vacation as well. Eddie Finock was on vacation.
Really?
Everyone's on
Frankie,
vacation.
what are you going to do? Yeah, everyone's on vacation, Frankie. So I guess you're going to do more weather reports and stuff?
I just monitoring things like this. And Chrissy's doing great so far. Whatever, Amy probably joined the podcast.
Oh, I don't know if Amy's on tonight. I can see if she's available.
Who do you have tonight, Chrissy?
Oh, maybe Machine Gun Ali,
Yes!
Drusseldorf, the whole gang, really.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully Fealty, maybe Jordan, maybe Spiridon.
Spiridon, really?
Andrew, Drunk Jimmy.
What's he gonna? By the way, Frankie MacDonald sent me the links to the bobblehead in the private chat. This kid doesn't fuck around.
Our friend Jackie Poo has the #2 bobblehead.
I said that, yeah, and we called Jackie Poo from the bar. My question is, what is Spiridon going to do if he just can't sit there and mooch off stuff in the studio? I don't understand.
I don't know. I'll just mute him periodically.
So tell us what now that we have time. So the Adorable tour, it's but you're doing podcasts and shit while you're out there as well, right?
I'm gonna try to schedule some other things for while we're out there. I am so annoyed. Like, I have not heard back from the whatever podcast folks. I wonder if they're having second thoughts. Let's look at where we left off.
Yeah, shall we?
This was July 31st. September 5th looks like the only doable date. And then I provided all the answers and have not heard back since. I've tried to confirm twice this month.
They never got back to me. That's my dream, to go on that show. And I understand I don't have the following, but I want to talk to Brian in his chair. I really do. I just want to get to know him. I want to see what he's like in real life. Mm-hmm. I would love to be the first person kicked off of that show. I'd
love to see you on that show, because I can't, I watch you stream
that show.
I can't remember. That was the one time, like, Chrissy, I'm going to tap out and let you guys do the show. I can't wrap my brain around that show. I don't find it entertaining or anything. I'm like, what are they doing?
It's infuriating. It's like watching.
Infuriating.
It's like watching people be waterboarded. It's that torturous. I know it. I love it. They're doing something right, because I cannot look away. I cannot look away.
He says he'll ask him a dumb question, and then he'll take 20 minutes. What's your favorite color? Red. All right. R-E. And it takes him 20 minutes to write red on a Post-it pad he never looks back at. And while 13 other girls are sitting there saying, I want to talk.
He's doing something right. He gets
he makes a bunch of beautiful women sit on a bed of needles while he sits in a lazy boy, and he keeps them there for 8 hours with nothing but plastic cups of water. And then he sort of it's psychological torture, and I am here for it. I love the show. Yeah. I love the program.
I'd be fine sitting on a hard chair with no snacks, and I have to put all of my drinks into a pre-approved cup. I could do that.
Fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie, let me ask you something. What podcast, when you're not listening to In Hot Water or The Wet Spot or I almost said Clam Radio. Oh my God.
Clam Radio.
Clam Radio. When you're not listening to those, like, what podcast do you like to unwind with?
Sometimes I watch Brian Johnson, Will You Kindly? That's a former podcast.
There you go. Look at that. Shout out to E-Rock and Brian Johnson. Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, can you wish a happy birthday to this guy?
Happy birthday, Mike Oxford. Happy birthday, Mike Oxford. And happy birthday from Frankie.
Didn't sell the dirt.
Happy birthday, Mike Oxford. And happy birthday, Frank Down.
Thank you, Jaquan G. Oh, no, we did Jaquan. I missed the BYB podcast. Frankie has a new camera. He takes professional photos of all his fires and victims, allegedly. Just kidding.
Not true. I don't take pictures of them.
Have you ever done the BY? That might be a bit much. Have you ever done the BYB podcast?
I was on that quite a few times.
Yeah. Marshall, I love you. Stop sending $2 to have Frankie say fucking Ray DeVito bits, okay? Frankie, can you please wish a happy birthday to Buster Hyman?
Happy birthday, Buster Hyman. Happy birthday, Frank Dowd.
See, let me explain how it works. It's funnier if you have him say hi because he says I and then the verb.
I just sent Nelson Peabody a message that says I'm on your show right now.
Oh, good. Well, thank God.
Maybe Nelson will call in.
Fealty says Christy did not get final confirmation until like the day before being out there. I think they treat the unknown guests as throwaways. If you're out there and they have space,
We're both
it's very last minute. They'll just hope that you're willing to drop everything and drive out
and sit in an uncomfortable chair and be waterboarded.
Now, why did you walked Frankie on waterboarded? All right, Frankie. Now watch. See, this gives me something to work with, Marshall. Frankie, your stunt double, Frankie MacDonald, great avatar. Can you watch this? Can you say happy birthday to my friend Zeke Kyle? But you have to yell it because he's
happy birthday, Zeke Kyle.
He sang it.
Wait, I didn't.
Somebody made up YouTube username. It's a fake. Frankie MacDonald is NIG Donald. It's a fake one altogether.
Frankie, what's his name? Frankie, I could Zeke
Frankie
Kyle.
NIG Donald. It's not true.
Frankie, I could barely hear you, Frankie. What's his name? Zeke Kyle. Can you say his name loud again?
Happy birthday, Zeke Kyle. And happy birthday.
Yay.
That was great.
See, Marshall. see, I feel no. All right, okay. And last one, Marshall. I'm not going to read any more. I love you, buddy. I'm not going to ask him to do anymore. Can you say happy birthday to Wilma Dickfit? There you go.
Oh,
Even he gets again. This
he's
is
like,
why we're
no,
done.
it won't.
Yeah, this is why we're done with those because he's not Ray DeVito. Okay, he's not. Jesus Christ. There you go. Lindsay Sabadabadabadoosh says, "Be Nick." Now, is Lindsay going out for the Adorable tour? Will she be doing the merch?
Oh my God! I would not have her fly out to LA just to do merch. Maybe not for the LA trip. The Pineapple Hill Saloon, September 8th and 9th.
Who lives in a pineapple? That it's a saloon.
Us, we do.
Us,
tour.
me too.
It's
all right. So Marshall is lining up a tattoo artist. So I might be getting it while you're out west. How's that? How's
that?
I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it, Bisconte.
On the show. It's good fucking material and such.
Fine.
Yeah, guess what? All you guys got the link to my Cowboy Frank Down Bobblehead.
All right, yeah. Frankie.
You got the link. Again. Thank you, Frankie.
All right, I guess we can wrap it up, guys. This has been a fun fucking Monday. There you go. Again, please make sure you go to the Frankie Oh, wait. Why don't I share the page like a goddamn professional? I'm sorry, Frankie. I'm fucking doing this all wrong. I'm new. You used to having fucking the booth boys do this stuff. There you go. Frankie, this is the bobblehead. Am I correct? The Hall of Fame,
yes,
$30. It's high quality, produced by the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame Museum. It's individually numbered up to 1,000. It's in Milwaukee, the National Bobblehead Museum. There you go.
Oh,
which
wow.
is where the debates were being held. $30 paying 4 interest rate. There you go, Frankie. Look how handsome you are. And look at the back. Look at Frankie's butt. Look at Frankie's dumper. Is that your butt, Frankie?
And there's the back of it. Phil Scholar is the CEO.
All right. Whatever you said. Sounds good to me. All right. Well, there you go, Frankie. Your fucking beloved bobblehead doll. I don't know if we're doing a stream tomorrow. We're definitely doing a stream Wednesday with Cecil, but let's wrap it up. Frankie, thank you so much. It's always a goddamn pleasure. Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Thank you for all the super chats. Happy birthday, Wilma. Yes, Wilma Dickfit was the last one. There you go. All right. Keanu, Chrissy, do some plugs. Look at the fake 6. Where's the real
This is 69, also known as Harold.
No, he's so
Aw,
cute.
He
he's
loves
so
me.
cute. He
What do you
does
think of
love
that
you.
cat,
He's never.
Frankie?
That's the
Aw.
pet.
It's
What'd
a
you
nice
do, baby?
6, not the evil
Baby, no.
6.
Pet of the day. Welcome, pet of the day. No, Frankie, what do you think is going to happen to this
Oh,
cat? There you go. Keanu saving the pet of the day streak. I'll have to.
Fight
I'll
Club
have to.
break.
I'll have to
Fight
some
Club break.
pets of the day set up. All right, enjoy the fucking week off, people. I'll be back either tomorrow or Wednesday. But Chrissy is streaming tonight. Fucking the wet spot. We
Yes,
won't leave
8
it.
o'clock. Come one, come all. 8 o'clock tonight. And then I'll be on the Daisy Cousins show tomorrow at 8:30. Then I'm doing whatever Wednesday with Fealty, Wednesday at 9 with Isabella DeLuca and Christy St. Regis, who was on our show last Wednesday. And she's coming.
She is a peach. I love her.
She's a peach. And I'm gonna have Josie the Redhead Libertarian on Thursday at 8.
When are you gonna have what's her the Clam, the girl Keanu absolutely hates?
Clam. I've had Clam on a while back. I could try to get her back. I wonder if she would come back on.
I would love to speak with her.
By the way, Frankie, how much for an extra $10 you can get the bobblehead in blackface? Am I correct?
It's white.
Well, I have a feeling I'm going to send a text to Shane, and by Wednesday, there'll be a black one on the page. See how the creative process works, Frankie? Me neither. Oh, here's a great question. Beck wants to know, why aren't you going to stay on until KB comes on at 4 so he can have a show? Trust me, he'll have stuff to talk about. Beck says, come on, don't get soft now. You can keep it up for another 20 minutes. These are good texters, but now I got stuff to do. I think I'm going to go out, jump a little rope, try and get my intermittent fasting on.
Yes.
Fucking woke up early the past 2 days. They're painting my building. It's literally like something out of fucking what's the movie? Oh, The Money Pit. Remember when he opens the fucking medicine cabinet and there's a guy outside? There's literally, I wake up to a knock on my window and I'm so out of it. I think Keanu has scaled the fire escape in a romantic move to smooch me. And I open it and some fucking black Indian dude going, and oh, you'll love this. Your laundry's out here because I hung 2 shirts and 4 pairs of socks outside to dry overnight. And he's like,
don't tell people that.
I like that.
I'm very honest.
He always washes my underwear and socks in the bathtub. It's very
so
romantic.
cute. I love that. Not
in the bathtub, in a fucking whatever. Yeah, you know, in
a bucket in the bathtub.
In the
very
toilet.
lovely.
In the toilet. All right, well, that is In Hot Water for August 28th. No tits on YouTube. Marshall Beaupre nailed it. And Marshall, thank you for all the $2 things. You're the best, buddy. And
subscribe
I'm sorry that
Keanu Cast. It's on Wednesdays at 7.
Oh, Jesus Christ, hold on. Keanu Cat, look at that. There you go. YouTube at Keanu C. Thompson. And let me say this. I'll say it again. I know we're off, but shout out to the fucking Gum Friday guy who's just putting up so much fucking content every time we're off. Yeah. And he's streaming clips of Keanu Cast. He's streaming clips of Steel Toe when me or you were on it. The guy is fucking the fucking best, working his ass off. So again, can't thank him enough. Please subscribe to Gum Fridays. Subscribe to Keanu C. Thompson. Buy Frankie's Bobblehead. And of course, I didn't set one up for Chrissy Mayr. But watch this. I'll say, make sure you grab your tickets to come see me, Anthony Cumia, and Lego.
And my YouTube channel, Stocks and Wolves. And my YouTube channel, Stocks and Wolves.
Sorry, Frankie. Go. Yeah. Go on.
If you want to follow my social media, my Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDonald984. My Clapper is FrankieDonald984. My Twitch is FrankieDonald984. My Snapchat is Frankie MacDon. My YouTube channel is Stocks and Wolves. And my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie MacDonald. You're listening to Hot Water Show.
And that is how you end the stream. Thank you so much, Frankie, Chrissy, Kiki, Harold the Cat, and of course, Fred Rubino. You guys are the best. That's the show. We'll see you tonight on Chrissy's stream.
Yay. Bye, guys.
I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.